I did the Expo the Extreme back in 1997. So I know just what the fuck I'm talking about as a king of the underground. Because it wasn't meant to, because it's too dangerous. Our shit's dangerous. How in the fuck were we paying Fang $1,200? Oh, because Sammy just got out of prison for murdering his girlfriend. Sammy's a murderer, of course, and you know, you have to pay extra for that. Hey, there's me looking better cleaned up. That and basically you can't let someone get away with throwing fucking bottles, or everyone's gonna throw bottles. Look how big this article is. T-shirt soon. Why? I'm joking. It's okay. Discipline Magazine, the fucking mess issue with the Expo the Extreme. I'll give you a mess. I want to first start by saying how important something like this is to the counterculture, to underground, to dark art. Our history has to be written by us. The culture, mainstream culture, is not going to write that history, and this is how that goes. And this Daniel, the person behind this, is a real journalist and really cares about this culture. That's what makes this a great magazine. It's not just who he spoke with, but it's his deep intellectual understanding of this culture. Any stench of Boyd Rice, just what a stench. Look at this. And look how massive this article is. First of all, let me tell you, EyeHateGod is one of my all-time favorite bands. And back in the day, no one knew who they were. They were playing fucking bowling alleys. When they played the Expo, the Extreme, anyway. Mike is a true pillar of the underground counterculture scene. One of my favorites, one of my favorite all-time artists. I'm just glad he didn't try to throw me under the bus. So I do respect Mike a lot, and I'm glad he said what he said. He's very honest. I see there's a story from Mortis in here. Mortis, I don't know if I don't know where the stories lie in this, because I can't read, it's such a blur. So I don't know if the one, let me see, who was the guy? Tony from Victory Records. No, Dwid got arrested at that event. Didn't Dwid? Wasn't it Dwid? I think it was Dwid. He got fucking arrested at that event. But I think he was the one. Yeah, Dwid, right? It's Dwid. I think Dwid was the one. He threw a bomb. It's nothing against Dwid either. It's just in the moment you got chaos and shit like that. And basically you can't let someone get away with throwing fucking bottles, or everyone's gonna throw bottles. And that's how it goes. The Expo of the Extreme is one of the most important events of that time, and it still is. And that's why I think Daniel was a very great journalist. He's understanding the history in a way where these are the Expo of the Extreme influenced the Riot Fest in Chicago, and that's a multi-million-dollar event. The Expo of the Extreme influenced a lot. I was first one to bring black metal into the country with the Expo of the Extreme. First person to do a lot with that show, and that, like I said, it influenced the Riot Fest, which has influenced a lot. Like I told Daniel, and I don't remember if I told Daniel how I stood in the middle. I went to one of them recently, maybe 3-4 years ago, and I was there standing in the middle of all this stuff that I knew that I helped influence. Why don't I have that? Why didn't Expo get to this big? Because it wasn't meant to, because it's too dangerous. Our shit's dangerous. And then, Doc, if you can influence your culture for the culture, you're doing your job as a human being. What is life about? What is it all about? What is all this pain and suffering we go through? Doing something cool like that that's outside of the fucking norm. I know what I'm saying is not fucking true. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. All I'm saying is this is important, and Daniel is doing an important work. Counterculture is important. Dark arts is important. These are the truths that they try to hide. For whatever reason, what's sad today is history tomorrow. Hey, since we're here, look at some of my artwork. Oh, wait, there's more. And I know I have one with prices on it, like what we were paying the bands. And I know that's very contentious conversation, because all these, the funny thing is people will say, well, Shane didn't pay the bands. We didn't get paid to play the Expo. Want to tell y'all there wasn't a lot of people there. So and just because you played your instruments doesn't mean anyone heard them. None of these fucking people had a draw for shit. And no local promoter would have ever fucking guaranteed them anything. They would have said you're going to get 20 or 30% of the door, 50% of the door, and that's that. If you're lucky, because they need to sell liquor. And when you're selling drinks and you got bands that don't bring anyone through the door, they don't want them. I wasn't selling drinks. I was loving a culture. So I put a bunch of bands on that couldn't have drawn 20 fucking people in Chicago at the time, Murder Junkies included. And EyeHateGod was playing at the fucking Fireside Bowl when they did that, and they were playing in front of about 20 to 50 people. And I'm not putting them down, but I was trying to give them a, you know, and I'm not putting, EyeHateGod is not in the sites here. It's just, you know, some of these other bitches complain. I know Merle Allen has caused a lot of, complained a bunch about it. And that guy couldn't fucking sell one ticket. Like, that guy couldn't sell one ticket at a time. No one gave a fuck about Murder Junkies then. I just know he was without Gigi, and I knew Gigi. I was friends with his brother. I was never friends with Merle. Doesn't fucking matter. Here's some Expo debt. It says Expo debt. Expo debt. I don't take pictures of this and put up there. And this is not, these are payments we made with no receipts. Some of them, and then it says payments with receipts. How in the fuck were we paying Fang $1,200? Oh, because Sammy just got out of prison for murdering his girlfriend. Sammy's a murderer, of course, and, you know, you have to pay extra for that. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Yeah, and then there's, there's all these really great slides I have. This one's Fang with Ron Jeremy. I have Boyd Rice carrying a naked woman over his shoulder, Dark Funeral. These are some great slides. I just wish you could see them someday. And here's the problem. Someday you might see these. Someday you may never see them. I got to thank Discipline Magazine for the work they do. It's important to document the culture you exist in. Before me, the hippies, they were peace and love. Our culture was hate and violence. But they made it clear to me, you have to document. Taking your documentation seriously and making sure it's kept. In tangible form like this is important. This is what goes past your life. Once a king, always a king, baby.